So we have the strap, or whatever you're going to use as a strap today. Okay, we're going to work on binding. Binding is just using the strap to make up for the space for your hands to want to go. So even if you're just bringing your hands behind you, this can be really difficult. If you have the strap, you can start to work your hands toward one another, right? Or grabbing opposite elbows. If this was, difficult, you can start using the strap to kind of work along there, okay? And you've probably seen in Calface where I wouldn't recommend doing this one right now without some stretching, but if you have here, you see you have the strap and you start working the strap toward one another, right? Okay. So lots of different, so we are going to use it today in side angle in a bind, and you might want the strap, or you might be like this, because sometimes they get kind of like, they're distracting you. Okay, so if it gets distracting, don't use it. But if it's like helping you like find a little more opening, great, okay? So that's the strap, and we're gonna use it at the end for some light stretches. We're really good help with your body. Oh yeah, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's start in mountain today. So stand up. Take your feet hip width apart. See that your toes are about at 12 o'clock. Yeah? And really press down in. So I have to bend my knees and really kind of press my feet into the floor, and I lift my toes a little bit. And then take the shoulders up and back and down. And quite a few shoulder rolls here. And begin to notice your breath. So take the hands a little bit out from your sides and the palms press forward, and the fingers can really extend. So this is a very active mountain meditation. If it's available, you can close your eyes. Begin to notice breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And maybe your inhale today is healing. Your exhale is air. We have been meditating this year on Psalm 69's refrain from the Message version, which is, I heard you, give me space for healing in mountain air. Inhale, healing. Exhale, air. Taking it in through the nose and out through the nose, and slowing it down. Active feet pressing into the earth. Lifting up through the torso, engaging the abdomen. Shoulders are back and down. The hands are widespread. So think about how often we are gripping. So really giving yourself the opportunity to do the opposite here. Focus on the breath. Your next inhale, bring the arms up overhead. Bring the palms together, hands to heart center. Maybe you keep the eyes closed here. Another opportunity for your breath and your prayer. Let's fold all the way into a dangling posture. So folding all the way, letting the head and neck be nice and heavy, even if it means you take your hands to the back of the neck. And then maybe you hold opposite elbows, bend the knees as much as needed, and hang here. So I'm going to pray for us, and then we'll get to John in a moment. God, thank you for this practice. Thank you that we can do this, whether we can be here live or we need the computer, and you've given us that option, Lord. And thank you. And thank you for blessing us with some sunshine today.
and for your word that keeps us grounded and out of worry and self-absorption and our own sinful ideas and gets us back to the truth. In Jesus' name, amen. So if you'd like, maybe drop the arms and find some space side to side. So just walking the hands side to side, or if they're hanging, that's fine too. They don't have to be touching the earth. You find some space, you come right back through center. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. And let's go ahead and find your way to your mat, hands to the mat, feet step back, plank posture, hold here. Bring the knees to the earth. All right, so we're going to find those bendy chaturangas that we've done in here before. So looking ahead of your mat, exhale, lower to the earth. Inhale, press up, knees stay on the earth. Exhale, active child's pose, so your bottom's coming towards your heels. Extending the arms. Your next inhale brings you forward, so you're going with your breath. If you're not in sync with me, that is fine. Exhale lowers you. Inhale brings you up. And exhale brings you back. So this next time, see if you can kind of hover. So it's a little bit more like a chaturanga push-up. So you inhale, come forward. You exhale, lower half or a little more than half. You inhale, press up. Exhale, press back. So let's add in now a mini cobra. So inhale this time, bring yourself forward. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, little mini cobra. Exhale, active child's posture. Let's do another one like this. See, we have our knees down, so we do more. Bring it forward on the inhale, lower half or a little more than half. Move, cobra, right? Get full cobra this time. And then exhale, come with your hands on either side, tadpole. Rest for a moment. Check in with your breath. Maybe you need to already slow it down in through the nose and out through the nose. The word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood. We saw the glory with our own eyes, the one-of-a-kind glory, like Father, like Son, generous inside and out, true from start to finish. John 1:14. The word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood. We saw the glory with our own eyes, the one-of-a-kind glory, the like Father, like Son, generous inside and out, true from start to finish. So start to pull your arms out in front and just wiggle your knees out. So big wide knee child's pose for a minute. And start to move your body upward. Take the hands to the front of the mat. Lift your hips. So now you're in melting heart, puppy posture, breathing here. So starting to talk to that, those traps, right? So prepping ourselves for this binding idea. Breathing here. Pop the toes, bring those hands back underneath your shoulders. Tabletop and find some cows and some cats. I'm going to walk my hands out once I'm back to just a flat back. tuck the toes if they aren't already, and start to lift the knees just about an inch or two and hold. So engaging the belly, shoulders are back and down, breathing here. Then straightening the legs, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Pedal out, find stillness or find some movement. I usually like movement. I have some hamstrings and some calves that are always creaky. Let's lift that left leg, open it up so the toes are pointed to the side, straighten it through that shoulder girdle, and then bend that knee here, breathe. Re-straighten the leg, bring the toes so they're facing back down to the earth, bring the knee into your chest and lift the hips high. Shoulders are up and back and down, so maybe the head drops a little bit more, but that knee is coming towards your chest or your rib cage. And then begin to press the knee forward, hover it here, warming up the torso, right? Let the foot come down. Wedge the back right foot, and you're coming into your warrior one. Lifting up. So you're wedging. You could have a wide warrior stance. You could have a warrior stance where your front left heel is in line with the middle of your foot or in line with your back right ankle. The arms are facing more or less forward, but they might be a little out to the side. Your hips are your hips. I'm not in your body, so just listen to your body here. However you're doing it, and it's building heat. Breathe here. Bring the hands forward, hover, and then bring the hands to the earth. And then begin to step your foot back. You're in your plank posture. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Now your right leg is going to lift up. Toes pointing down and toes pointing out to the right, bending the right leg. Straightening back up to the shoulders, then straighten it back out. Point the toes toward the earth. Bring it into the chest. Hold here. So for me, it's right around the rib cage. It's not all the way to the chest, really. Breathing, lifting the hips. Then press it forward. Hover that knee. Core is very engaged here, right? Breathe. Step that right foot forward this time. Wedge the back left foot and rise up into warrior on the other side. So building heat again. So then we're going to add on to this and take it to that side angle. Breathe. Hands come forward, hover here. Hands come to the earth. And then you start to step this right leg back. You're in your plank. Lower, press up, and press back down facing dog. Left leg comes up, opens up, bends, straightens, comes into the chest, breathe. Press it forward, hover, a little more quickly this time. Foot comes down, we wedge, we rise. So this time, let's take our arms and bring them by our sides, and then see if we can clasp them behind us, okay? So just kind of testing out our shoulders here, and then letting the knuckles sink as far down as they comfortably can. Breathe. So bright warrior here. Bowing down. So bow down, but take it a little softer than you usually would. And then let the hands go. Bring the hands to the earth. Step it back to your plank. Lower down. Pressing up. Pressing back. This time the right leg lifts. Open hip. Bend the knee. Straighten it out, bring it into the chest of the ribs. Lift, lift, lift. Press it forward and hover. And set it down onto the earth. Other side, lift up.
Warrior here. Again, opening the shoulders, letting the arms come to either side. If it feels okay, bringing them toward one another, clasping, pressing the knuckles toward the earth. And really pressing into that right knee bend, yeah? Press that left part of your left foot toward the mat. And then begin to bow down softly. This doesn't have to be the biggest humble warrior, right? Let the hands go when you're ready. Bring them back to the earth. Step your foot back, lower halfway. Press up. Press back down facing dog. So let's lift that left leg. This time, let's just step it right through. Oh, that feels nicer, right? Lift up. So you're in your warrior stance. Lifting. Open up, warrior two. So make sure you can see that front big toe, or maybe even the second toe. Let's sink a little deeper. Now let's reverse the arms today. So instead of the right arm coming down today, we're going to take this left arm and we're going to bring it down and bring our right arm up. Yeah. So, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. I totally confused you because I switched around. So yeah. So right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. So reversing the arms to a reverse warrior. Breathing in. Lifting back up through warrior two. And then we're going to reverse the arms here. So now the left arm comes down, the right arm reaches, reaches, reaches. Opening up that side body. Come back up, inhale. Let's do that one more time. So right arm comes forward, left arm reaches back. Just a little test on my left and right. Like, am I saying that right? Coming back up. And it's kind of awkward because it's not what you usually do. So yeah, even more confusing. Right arm reaches, left arm reaches. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's drop this left arm. So you can come here, right? You can hang out here. If you want, and you have something, you could hang out here. So finding a side angle, this is always a nice way to start because you can always ditch the block if you need it, right? And just start to open the chest. So maybe lifting the gaze, or maybe dropping the arm behind you. Lots of breath, yes. All right, let go of the block. Bring both hands windmill to the earth. Step the foot back, lower, press up, press back into a child's posture or a tadpole. So just take a minute to take all that in. And you're always welcome to take down dog or something else in between, but this is a nice place to rest before we go to that other side. Last week, we were reading about how we're God begotten. We are from God. And everything that he touches, he brings to life, right? He brings light. And today, the word became flesh and blood, and it moved into the neighborhood. Talk about intimate. We can see the glory with our own eyes. It's a one-of-a-kind glory. Jesus is like the Father, generous inside and out, and true from start to finish. So before we even move on to the other side, thinking of how binding, how opening, looking for space, and reversing arms in places and postures, how how we need space. Where are we going to get the space? Where are we getting that in our lives? Where are we getting the healing? Start to outstretch the arms. Start to rebuild your downward facing dog as slowly as you would like. We're going to take this to the other side. Right leg's going to lift up, and then you're bringing it all the way through, bringing it to the earth, wedging the back left foot and rising up into your warrior one. Opening your warrior one to warrior two. And then just like we did before, left arm's going forward, right arm's coming back, reversing our arms, opening our chest. And then coming back to warrior two. And then that right arm comes down, and then the left arm comes over. Side angle, yeah. And then come back up to warrior two. We do it again. Right arm comes up and over, left arm down. Up through warrior two. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up. And this is where we wish we had the Jedi Force to get our block to us. Oh, yes. It's like, oh, what is in the other end? Yeah, so lifting here. So press the bottom in toward your center line and open the chest and take the gaze up overhead here. Breathing, breathing. Yeah, you can always take that arm down behind you. So starting to kind of toy with this idea of behind you. Breathe. Ready, let that go. Come back to the earth with your hands, let the block go, and lift up. Find your plank, lower halfway. You can skip these push-ups for the love, right? Whenever you need to. Always can push back into down dog. Breathing here. So let's take it a little further on the left. So left leg rises. Left leg comes all the way through. You're wedging this back right foot. So go ahead and find your strap. Have it ready, right? Just have it on the ready by your foot, okay? And you might want it, you might just throw it away. Okay. So lifting up, warrior here. Open up, warrior two. Okay, so let's do the reverse arms. Right arm comes down, left arm up and over. Already making space, just by doing our arms in a slightly different way. And then we flow left arm down, right arm over. So let's start to bring the left hand down. Maybe it comes to a block or to the floor. Right arm is raising up. So if you want, go ahead and find strap, right? Put it in the left hand, okay? And kind of pull it through. And then, or you might want to just stand up and do your triangle and do this, okay? That's probably an easier way, because if it's on the floor, it might be a little too much to even reach for there. Rebend, come back. So if you got it where you can already bring your hand to like about your hip, and then you can start kind of working it down from there, okay? And then if this hand can start to let go of the block and start to kind of drag itself like it's climbing a rope. Now, at this point, we start to kind of dive in here, okay? So lifting up as you do this. So that means you might have to let go a little bit, right? So even bringing the hand back to the earth, opening back up, And then saying, how can I work it here? And then rest, okay? Breathing through, because if we're not breathing, then we're doing gymnastics. Nobody wants gymnastics today. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Let the hand go back, left hand to the earth. Drop the strap, lift the arm. Let's bring it all the way overhead to extend it. That should feel kind of nice, maybe. Bring that hand to the earth. Come on the ball, or yeah, come on the ball of your back right foot. And then open up to the other side. So twisting here and lunge. Left hand comes back down. You can find the push-up, or you can just press back into down this bottom. I'm skipping mine. That's just me today. And then when you're ready, right leg lifts. Bring it all the way through warrior one. So same thing here, just have everything right by the feet. Warrior one lifting. Warrior two. And then the same thing here, right arm down. Wait, left arm down, right arm over. Gosh, y'all. It's so like not, oh my gosh, it's like I have it in my head memorized. Okay, back, right arm down. Stretch. And then again, have that lock ready if you want to bring your right hand down, left arm up. So same thing here. You can grab a hold of that strap and fish it through, or come on up into these triangle arms, triangle legs, grab it on either side. So it's kind of like dangling in between your legs. Rebend, bring the right arm to the earth. Okay, so this left arm is sinking down by your hips or maybe your lower back, and maybe it's starting to even fish its way through. And at the same time, your right arm is fishing its way underneath. Again, if you're collapsing, open back up. Even if it means you way come out of that side angle, that's okay. And then start to lower down again and fish the hands toward one another, opening up. Yes, yes. Aha, yes. So the chest, we want the chest really open. You guys are good. Yeah, like open. Yes, back through center line. Oh, beautiful. Good. Good. Bending the front knee. Okay, let the strap go. Let the right hand come down. The left hand come down. I know, right? Oh, wait, let's open up, right? So left hand down, right arm up. That little twist usually feels good. Oh, did we extend the arm? I don't think we did extend the arm overhead. Yeah, bring the hand down. That was beautiful, y'all. That's a lot of work. Okay, I'm gonna just bring my knees down, tuck my toes, sit on my feet. Yes, this is rest, but not really for feetsies, right? The feet are working, the toes are tucked. Okay, just so if we be grounding, it's palms down. If we're receiving and listening, it's palms up. Yeah. Check back on with the breath. Slow it down. Bring your hands forward. Straighten your feet out. Come sit on the top of the feet now. So now you're not tucking the toes. And have some breaths here. So we have a little bit more work. We're gonna have a little more work on our back, and we're gonna have a whole lot of stretching with the straps as we have them out today. And if you don't have a strap, you can do everything we're doing without a strap on your back. So it'll be fine. Lots of vigorous work today. I know I'm sweating. Lots of hard work. Really opening up, especially this area, our chest, our heart, our lungs, where we close down, right? We hold things, we drive things, we look at things, we work at things. We even cooking, everything we do is almost hunched like this. So then when we have to do this and do anything with this, oh, now our arms are gonna go back here. It's just so, it's very stressful, really. The complete opposite of what we do in our everyday. All right, let's come into our bottom. We didn't have a lot of forward folding today, so we're gonna do a nice little staff fold here. Bring the legs just right out in front of you and really engage the feet as if you're bringing the toes back toward you. Okay, so it's like, oh, I'm gonna have those toes point toward me. That in and of itself feels a little awkward too sometimes. And take the shoulders up and back and down. Settle into the sits bones. All right, let's take the arms up overhead, up by the ears. Inhale, palms facing one another. Hinge at your hips. So that may mean you don't come very far forward. That is okay. Shoulders are sinking back and down. You might start to engage the belly here even. You're letting go of the back muscles a little bit, engaging the belly a little bit. Let's bring the arms to either our shins or the floor, whatever feels comfortable to you. Breathing through. And maybe walk the fingers a little bit more along the legs, letting the spine stay nice and long, so not letting it curve quite yet. If you want to bend your knees a little bit, you could do that. And what that means is now your hands might reach your feet. And then you could start to straighten your legs out or keep them bent, either way. Breathing. Maybe closing your eyes, slow and light breaths deep in the body. Bottom sink toward the earth. It's trying to lift up, which it might be. And when you're ready, bend your knees as much as you need and start to slowly come out of this. And then plant the feet on the earth, bend the knees, hold on to your hamstrings, shoulders back and down, modify both. So take it here and breathe. So let's lift our feet up, keep the hands right where they're at, and then we're going to just find little taps with the exhale. So exhale, lower, inhale, lift them up. Now, if you want to find a little bit of a difference here, you can let the hands go, but you don't have to do that. So shoulders back and down. I can feel my shoulders just creeping up towards my ears. And engaging the belly the whole time, and almost like it's carving out here. So if you feel it pressing forward, take the hands back, right? Then you know, if I'm pressing that belly out, ooh, I'm dropping into the back, and I'm pressing my muscles in the opposite direction. That's probably not a good thing, right? And then just make it a little easier on yourself. Let's lower into low boat, or what we call canoe. So do let go now. And then straighten out the legs and lower the back towards the earth and come all the way down. And you could take a little stretch here. You can bring your arms above your head and find some length. Press the feet away from the hands. All right, so find your strap wherever it drifted off. And I'm going to bend, I'll start on the left leg and then just bring the left. so I'm like reversing everything, which is really confusing me. So bend your knee, bring your knee in toward your, it's almost kind of towards your heart and your chest, okay, in line almost like with your ear. So some people think of it as their armpit, left knee to the armpit. Now take your strap and start to bring it right here in the middle of the foot, maybe a little closer to the ball of the foot. You see that on the video. Yes. Okay, so press that straight, and that could be this far away from you, okay? And now I also want you to think about your shoulders. So shoulders back and down and on the earth, and press your spine into the earth here. So if anything's lifting, we're gonna press it toward the earth. Wow, we're really engaged. I can feel my abdomen really working here to press down toward the earth, okay? And then slowly inhale. And then with your exhale, bring that foot a little bit closer. Okay, so think of keeping that knee right in line with your ear like you've done before. So don't bring it into the center torso and don't bring it out to the side either, right? So right here in line with the ear, breathe. Maybe a little bit closer. When it comes closer, then it's really comfortable. Okay, let go a little bit. Now I'm going to bring both my hands to the strap now. Right knee is staying straight, and the right leg is really pushing toward the earth. The spine is pushing toward the earth. Your shoulders are pushing toward the earth. Now start to let this left leg drift into the center line of your torso, even toward that right ear if you have that kind of flexibility going on. And don't take that whole hip. So this is when I start to let go with my left hand and just hold it with my right hand. But you could do better. Ooh, my leg is shaking. So this is the one I just find so much fun. So bring it right back to the left ear. Put it in the left hand. Take the right arm and bring it into a T or a cactus shape. And then this left elbow is going to come toward the earth. Your leg is going to come out to the side, and you're going to start to see your left bicep really get fired, right? Now this right hip, you might have to take this right hand and press that right hip toward the earth because it's probably trying to go along with this left leg. Breathe here. Now from here, I like to bend my knee a little bit. Bring this left leg back. I'm going to keep a little bend here. Right arm can be out into the T or the cactus and bring it back over my body. So I'm going to start to come on the right side of my body, and this left bottom is going to lift up a little bit. And y'all might have a little, I'm going into this piece of furniture here, so, but you might start really coming over, which is great. So go for it. Breathe here. That right elbow might be on the earth, your right bicep might be engaged. Inhale, bring the arm back through. Bend your right knee, bring your left ankle to the upper part or above your right knee, and then just press that inner left thigh away. Take your hands to your right hamstring and bring that right leg towards you. Reclined, pigeon. And that left elbow can press the inner left thigh away. Begin to let go. Right foot comes to the earth. And then let this left foot start to drop to the right side. So you're finding a spinal twist here. And then I kind of tuck my little heel underneath my knee. And then I take my right hand and kind of pull on the top of my left thigh. And I'm really keeping my feet engaged here, but you could go soft on the feet.
maybe with your exhale, take the neck and turn your gaze to the left. Let go of the leg if you're holding on. Let that left leg rise, right leg rises up. Extend that left leg out straight. And now that right knee is going to come into your chest and give it a nice pull. So this one now is in line with that right ear. And the right foot and the left foot are both fairly engaged here. Press the spine toward the earth. Shoulders into the earth. Begin to find your strap. Comes to that middle part of the foot. And then extending it away from you. So you find a nice, you don't want any tension to begin with, right? And with your exhales, gently pulling it toward you. Shoulders into the earth. When you come to that point where you've got a lot of resistance, you're going to stay there and breathe. No pain, just a lot of resistance and tension. And the left leg is straight and pressing toward the earth, right? And the spine is pressing toward the earth. The belly is really, really engaged. And then I'm going to bring my strap together and let my left hand do this one. And I kind of pull it toward the center, right? And it might even go more to your left here. And my right hand comes down. Sometimes you even have to pull that right hip. Mention that on the other side of that. Might come up for you. Breathe. Through center, same thing you did on the other side. Right hand's now going to take the strap. And that right elbow is coming toward the earth. And you're opening this right foot up. And you might see your right bicep engaging here. Inhale, come back through, and then we're going to take it to the other side. So I bend the knee a little bit. You might not. Stretches different things. Left biceps engaging as that left elbow comes to the earth. And you're coming onto the left side a little bit. It's a twist. Inhale back through center. Then this left knee, bring the right ankle to it. You can drop the strap now. And press the inner right thigh away. Take the hands to the left hamstring, bring it toward you, recline pigeon on this other side, and then the right elbow can press that inner right thigh away. Shoulders back and down toward the earth, and that left knee is tracking again, right with that left ear, left side of the body. So if it's coming to in or out, just kind of bringing it right back in. Breathing through, almost as if you're trying to drop your tailbone toward the earth. Now we're gonna let that left foot drop, or right foot drop to the left. And same thing here, you might kind of tuck that heel underneath that right knee. And then this left arm can just kind of pull on this right leg toward the earth. And right arm can come into a cactus or a T. With your next exhale, lift toward the right. Inhale, let go, exhale, start to bring that right knee back up. Left knee follows, head back, gazing upright. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Let the knees widen, take a hold of the shins or the bottoms of the feet, and lift the feet up towards the sky, happy baby. So knees start to come toward the armpits. Maybe find a little movement or stillness here. So if you'd like waterfall or plow, you could take that, or you could just stay right here, happy baby. Take in flower waterfall, just come back into the happy baby. Bring your feet together and lay your feet on the earth. So this nice Supta Baddha Konasana, just this reclined, bound angle for a moment. I'm just resting my hands on the chest, on my rib cage. Let the breath go low into the belly here, into the nose. Out the nose, slowly and lightly. Now from here, you can make your way to whatever posture you would like for rest. Just kind of stretching out, if we use the blankets, you're in the room, at home, getting a pillow under your head or something like that. Letting go of all this good breath work, movement, meditation. Really dug in today. Bringing yourself back into the truth and the rest that we get in the Word. John 1:14. The Word became flesh and blood and moved into the neighborhood. We saw the glory with our own eyes, the one-of-a-kind glory, like Father, like Son, generous inside and out, true from start to finish. noticing it, finding some small movements and making them to one side or the other into a fetal posture. Just intentionally taking 3 inhales and exhales, 3 breaths representing the Son, Holy Spirit. On that 3rd breath, you can begin to press your way to a seat. And you'll find some time for prayer and silence if anyone wants to pray out loud or in their hearts. And we'll close. Lord, we praise you for getting us into the Word in this Epiphany season where we are hoping, so many of us are hoping or waiting or really wanting direction in a new year. And Lord, we know that takes listening, that takes pouring into your truth, and trying to pour into research or social media for answers, or even friends sometimes. And going to your word for direction. And God, I praise you. I praise you for all the gifts you've given us on this earth that include therapy, that include recovery, that include yoga, rooted in scripture and focus on you. Just there's so many ways, church, retreats, so many ways that fellowship that we get to heal and find space. And thank you, Lord, that we're not limited. I know some peoples before us may have felt really limited. And we have a lot of places that we can go get help. But we need to remember the source of the greatest physician, the one that hears all of our cries and all the things, whether we're praying or not. It's you, Lord. Lord Jesus, we lift up all the prayers spoken, unspoken, and the ones that we can't put into words. May your Holy Spirit intercede and come to you. In the powerful name of Jesus, we pray.